Contrary to popular belief, your diet has a direct impact on prostate health. Yes, you heard it right. There exists a prevalent misconception that what we eat doesn't really play into the health of our prostate. This couldn't be further from the truth. Certain foods, in fact, can be downright detrimental, exacerbating symptoms or even increasing the risk of prostate issues. We're talking about foods like alcohol, artificial sweeteners, red and processed meats, high-fat dairy, and the list goes on. These dietary choices can have a more profound effect than you might imagine, intensifying discomfort and potentially complicating conditions like benign prostatic hyperplasia, commonly known as an enlarged prostate. So it's time to debunk this myth and shed light on the truth. Unsuspectingly, some foods on your plate may be causing more harm than good. It's a surprising revelation, isn't it? But when it comes to prostate health, it's a crucial one. Let's dive right into the foods that can negatively impact prostate health. First up, we have alcohol. While a glass of wine or a beer now and then may seem harmless, excessive consumption can aggravate symptoms of an enlarged prostate, making it crucial to keep an eye on your intake. Next, we have artificial sweeteners. They may seem like a healthier alternative to sugar, but don't be fooled. These sneaky substances can exacerbate prostate issues, making them a no-go for those wanting to maintain a healthy prostate. And then, there are red and processed meats. While a juicy steak or a hot dog may be tempting, these foods can potentially worsen the symptoms of an enlarged prostate. They're often high in saturated fats and, let's be honest, they're not exactly the pinnacle of nutritional value. It's also worth noting that while these foods can contribute to prostate issues, they're not the sole culprits. Other factors like genetics and age also play a significant role. But by being mindful of what we put on our plates, we can certainly influence our prostate health for the better. Remember, maintaining a healthy diet isn't just about incorporating nutrient-rich foods, but also about eliminating or at least limiting the ones that can cause harm. It's about making informed choices. It's not just about what you eat, but also about what you should avoid. By steering clear of these foods, you're not just taking a step towards better prostate health, but overall wellness too, because at the end of the day, isn't that what we all strive for? Got milk? Well, you might want to reconsider that. Now I know what you're thinking. Dairy is a staple in many diets, providing essential nutrients and a comforting creaminess to our favorite dishes. But when it comes to prostate health, not all dairy is created equal. High-fat dairy products and foods high in saturated fats can exacerbate prostate issues. Studies have shown a correlation between high-fat dairy consumption and the risk of developing prostate problems. This doesn't mean you have to give up on dairy entirely, but it does mean that moderation and making smart choices are key. So how does this work? It's all about inflammation. High-fat dairy products can lead to increased levels of inflammation in the body. Inflammation, in turn, can worsen the symptoms of an enlarged prostate, making urination more difficult and uncomfortable. But why dairy? What's so special about it? Well, dairy products are often high in saturated fats. These fats can increase levels of harmful LDL cholesterol in the body, contributing to inflammation and potentially exacerbating prostate issues. But there's no need to panic. Not all dairy products are high in saturated fats. Lower-fat dairy options like skim milk or low-fat yogurt can still provide the calcium and other nutrients that your body needs without the added risk. Consider this as a call to be more mindful of what you're putting into your body. It's not about completely eliminating dairy from your diet, but about making smarter choices. Opt for lower-fat dairy options, and remember, moderation is key. Don't be fooled by the got milk ads. When it comes to prostate health, it's not as simple as drinking a glass of milk a day. So the next time you reach for that carton of whole milk or that chunk of full-fat cheese, remember, your prostate might not thank you for it. Turns out, the milk does a body good slogan doesn't apply to everyone. Salt, a little goes a long way, but too much can send you the wrong way. Now let's dive into the sodium situation. Sodium, or as most of us know it, salt, can be a tricky customer. We all need it in our diets to keep our bodies functioning properly. It helps maintain fluid balance, aids in nerve function, and plays a crucial role in muscle contraction and relaxation. But here's the catch. While a pinch here and there is necessary, excessive sodium intake can pose a serious threat to your prostate health. When we consume too much salt, our bodies retain water to dilute the sodium. This increased fluid volume means our hearts have to pump harder, causing high blood pressure. Now you might wonder, what does high blood pressure have to do with an enlarged prostate? Well, research shows that men with high blood pressure are more likely to develop benign prostatic hyperplasia. or BPH. In turn, the symptoms of BPH, like frequent urination and difficulty emptying the bladder, can become more severe. And it's not just table salt. Sodium hides in many processed and prepackaged foods. So, while you might be mindful of the salt shaker, you could unknowingly be consuming high levels of sodium through your diet. Think canned soups, deli meats, and even some breads and cereals. So, what's the solution? Moderation and mindfulness. Keep an eye on food labels and aim for a diet with no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. That's about 1 teaspoon of salt. Incorporate more fresh fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains into your meals. These foods are typically low in sodium and high in other nutrients beneficial to prostate health. Remember, moderation is key when it comes to salt. Balance, after all, is the essence of a healthy body and mind. For all the coffee lovers out there, this might be a hard pill to swallow. But bear with us for a moment. See, it's not about demonizing your beloved Java, but rather understanding how it interacts with your body, specifically your prostate. Caffeine, the very compound that gives coffee its invigorating kick, is a diuretic. In layman's terms, it makes you pee more often. Now, imagine having an enlarged prostate, a condition that already compromises urinary function. The constant urge to urinate can be frustrating, to say the least. But there's more to the caffeine conundrum than just frequent bathroom breaks. Caffeine can stimulate an inflammatory response in your body. Inflammation, my friends, is not your prostate's best pal. It can exacerbate symptoms of an enlarged prostate, making matters worse. Now, we're not saying you should bid adieu to your morning cup of coffee. Moderation is key. Reducing your caffeine intake doesn't mean eliminating it entirely. It's about making conscious choices. Maybe switch that second cup of coffee for a herbal tea or a glass of water. It's also worth noting that caffeine isn't exclusive to coffee. It's in your tea, your energy drinks, even your chocolate bars. So it's not just about cutting back on coffee, but being mindful of your overall caffeine consumption. So if you're dealing with an enlarged prostate or want to take proactive measures to maintain your prostate health, it might be time to rethink that extra cup of joe. Remember, it's not about deprivation, but about making better choices for your health. It's a small price to pay for a healthier, happier you. Sometimes it's what you don't see that's causing the most damage. And here we are, folks, at the heart of our culinary detective story. It's easy to point fingers at the usual suspects, the salts, the sugars, the fats. But what about those shadowy figures lurking in the background? Those seemingly innocent additives and preservatives that are slipped into our food under the cloak of enhancing flavor or extending shelf life. Take a moment to think about the last packaged food item you consumed. Did you scrutinize the ingredients list? If not, you might be unknowingly inviting trouble for your prostate health. Certain preservatives like nitrates, found in processed meats, and additives like artificial sweeteners, commonly found in diet sodas, can be unexpectedly harmful. They often slip under the radar, but they're silently contributing to the problem. So gentlemen, the next time you're grocery shopping, take a minute to flip that package over. Get acquainted with what's going into your body. Remember, the devil is in the details, or in this case, the ingredients list. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? Well, it's simple. The food we consume plays a vital role in our overall health. And when it comes to an enlarged prostate, certain foods can make a world of difference. We've delved into the types of foods that are best to avoid if you're dealing with this common condition. Remember, red and processed meats are not your friends. They may taste great, but they can exacerbate symptoms and increase the risk of prostate issues. The same goes for high-fat dairy products. These foods are high in saturated fats, which can lead to inflammation and worsen an already enlarged prostate. Then there's the sodium situation. Foods high in this mineral can cause water retention, leading to increased urinary frequency, a significant concern for those with an enlarged prostate. So it's time to say goodbye to those high-sodium snacks and meals. And let's not forget about caffeine. We all love a good cup of joe, but too much of it can stimulate the bladder and increase the urgency to urinate. Better to limit your intake or opt for decaffeinated versions when possible. But it's not all about what you can't have. There are plenty of prostate-friendly foods to incorporate into your diet. Fatty fish, tomatoes, and other nutrient-rich foods can support prostate health and help manage symptoms. Beyond diet, lifestyle changes can also make a big difference. Regular exercise, maintaining a healthy weight, and avoiding harmful habits like smoking can all contribute to better prostate health. The power to improve your prostate health is in your hands, or rather, on your plate. Make the change today. It's about making informed choices and taking control of your health. You have the power to make a difference in your life, one meal at a time. So, why not start today?